What's up guys, in this video you are going to learn how to create a fully functional and market ready e-commerce website without writing a single line of code. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you the easiest and the cheapest way to do this without spending money on themes, plugins, or any of those kind of stuff. So by the end of this video, you are going to see how I created this website for shopcutebags.com. This is an e-commerce brand that sells different types of bags, and this website has all the features a standard e-commerce website should have. For instance, if a customer comes to this website, they can use this search box to search for the product they want. Let's say I want to buy a laptop bag. I can just type in laptop and it is going to show me accurate results that match what I'm looking for. So here I'll see different types of laptop bags. Another way for customers to find the products is to come over to the shop section, and here they'll be able to browse all the products on this site, and there are features to make it easier for customers to shop. For instance, customers can get to select their preferred currency. Let's say if somebody is in the US, they can select USD or pounds. For people in the UK or for people in Nigeria, they can select Naira, and all the prices here will reflect the selected currency. Let's say if I select US dollars, you can see that the price for all the products are now in US dollars. Also, they can search for products based on the categories. You can see the different categories that I'll have right here. Let's say I'm looking for a travel bag. I can just click on travel bags and it is going to show me the bags in this category. I can also filter based on the price. Let's say I am looking for bags within a specific price range. I can use this filter to set that. But let's say I like this particular bag and I would like to buy this. I can just click on it. And here I am going to see all the information about this bag, the description, the reviews, related products. I can also browse through the images to see what it will actually look like. And again, here customers can also select the currency they want to pay with. Let's say I want to pay with USD. I can select USD or any currency of their choice. Then I can go ahead and click on add to cart and then view cart, then proceed to checkout. So this is the checkout page. I can just complete the checkout form with all the required details. And one nice thing about this website is that we have two different payment methods. So PayPal and Flutterwave. People that want to pay with USD or pounds can pay with PayPal, or people that want to pay with Naira can pay with Flutterwave, depending on the option that is most convenient for them. With PayPal, they can either pay with their PayPal account or with their debit or credit card. And then Flutterwave gives people a lot of convenient options they can use to pay as well. So this is a feature-rich website, and you are going to learn how to create something like this right in this video. So to build this website, we are going to follow 8 simple steps. And the first step is to get the web hosting for our website. Every website you see needs a web host because that's where you store the content so that it is accessible to people on the internet. Then the second step is to set up WordPress. WordPress is a platform we are going to use to create our website. WordPress is popular because it is really easy to use. You don't need to learn how to code. So without any prior experience, you'll be able to set up your website easily on WordPress. Then step 3, we'll set up WooCommerce. WooCommerce is the plugin that will handle all the e-commerce functionalities. This includes setting up the products, setting up a payment gateway, the checkout process, and all of those kind of stuff. Then in step 4, we'll start building all the different pages. This includes the home page, the about page, the contact page, basically all the pages you will need for this type of website. And in step 5, we'll customize the header and the footer of the website. Step 6, we are going to add a working payment gateway that people can use when buying stuff. And then step 7, we'll get a domain name for our website. Your domain name is the web address that people use to visit your website, something like google.com, facebook.com. So I'm going to show you how to get your own custom domain name. And after all of these steps, your website is ready to go live, which is step 8, where we get to launch this website. Now, there will be timestamps under this video so that if you need to jump to certain sections, you can easily do that. Let's say you just want to see a particular section, just use the timestamps that will be in the description below. Also, if you want to follow exactly what I'm doing for this project, I'm going to add a link to the project files for this particular website. If you need something to practice with, you can download that for free and be able to follow along. And with all of that said, guys, let's jump right in and start building our website. The first step is picking the right web hosting platform for your website. And this step is particularly very important because the web host you decide to use will really affect the performance of your website, the security, and how much you spend on your website at the end of the day. So there are a lot of options in the market, but the one I always recommend is Cloudways. I use Cloudways personally for my websites, and that's the hosting platform we are going to use for this project. And the good thing is you can start using Cloudways for free without any commitment. So if you use my Cloudways link in the description below, you'll be able to sign up for a 3 days free trial. You can use this 3 days free trial to get things going and see if it works for you. So go ahead and check the description of this video. This is the first link you'll see under this video. Just go ahead and click on it. Then over here, just click on start your 3-day free trial. You can sign up by completing this form. Enter your name, email, set a password for yourself. How would you describe yourself? You can select e-commerce and then just enter an estimate of your monthly hosting spend. I'm going to use 0 to 50 US dollars. This space where you have got a promo code, just enter my promo code and this will give you 20% discount for your first 3 months on Cloudways. The promo code will also be under this video. Check the terms of service and then click on the start free button to sign up and log into your brand new Cloudways account. And once you log in, this is what your Cloudways dashboard will look like. And now that you have Cloudways to host your website, the next step is to set up WordPress. And for that, just come over and click Add Application. Over here where you have application and server details, select the latest version of WordPress, and then you can give your application a name. For the name, I'm going to use the name of the website. So I'm going to use Cute Bags Website. And then just do the same for the server name. I'm going to use Cute Bags Server. And then you can select any project for your project or create a new project if you don't have any project before now. Then for the server, you can just select DigitalOcean. There's the one available on the free trial. And then for the server size, you can use any size you want. But since we are starting a new website, let's go ahead and start with 1 gig. As your website grows and you start getting more traffic, you can easily scale up to the size you need. But for now, let's start from 1 gig. And then the server location, I'll just use New York, or you can use any location of your choice. And after entering all of these details, you can go ahead and click launch now to set up your brand new WordPress website. So this is going to take around 7 minutes to set up this server and help you launch your brand new website. And once that is done, you are going to see this is our brand new server, Cute Bag Server. And then if you come over to applications, you are going to see all the websites you have on this server. So here is my Cute Bags website, and we can check this just by clicking on it. This is where you will see all the details of your website. At the moment, this is the URL of my website, and I can click here to open it. Later on in the video, I'll show you how to add your own custom domain. Then this is your admin login details, the username and the password. To log into the admin dashboard, I'll just click on this admin panel link. That will bring us over to the WordPress admin login page. Then you can easily copy the username, this username, on your Cloudways dashboard and paste it right here. Also copy the password, paste it in the password field, and then you can go ahead and click login to enter your WordPress admin dashboard. So right now, this is what our website looks like, but we are going to start working on it to make it look like a proper e-commerce website. So coming over to our WordPress dashboard, the first thing I want you to do is to come over to Appearance, then click on Add New Theme. Here you're going to find a lot of nice WordPress themes that you can use for your website, depending on how you want your website to look. But for this project, we are going to use the Astra theme. Astra is very popular and you can use it to basically create any type of website. So just go ahead and install Astra. And if it's not showing for you at the top the way I have it right now, you can use this search box. If you just type in Astra, it is going to show up. Then you can basically install it. And after installing, you can then go ahead to activate it immediately. Now you'll see that the Astra theme is active. And if we just come over here and refresh, you'll see that our website will get a different look. This is what it looks like now. But still, this does not look like a proper e-commerce website. So the next thing I want you to do is to come over to plugins. First, I'm going to delete all these plugins that we don't need. So remove this and also remove this as well. When working with WordPress, you use different plugins to add different functionalities to your website. Let's say if you want to add a chat feature to your website, there's a plugin that you can use to do that. If you want to enable push notifications on your website, there's a plugin that you can use to do that. Basically, any function that you want to add to your website, you can always find a plugin that you can use for that. And when it comes to creating an e-commerce website, WooCommerce is the main plugin that you need to add all these e-commerce functionalities. Adding products, setting up a checkout process, adding a payment gateway, and all of this kind of stuff. So usually when creating online stores with WordPress, WooCommerce is the first plugin that you need to install. So let's come back to our WordPress dashboard. Just click on add new plugin. Under plugins, add new plugin. Then you can use this search box and type in WooCommerce. Just search for WooCommerce and you're going to see it right here with over 7 million active installations. So you can proceed to install it and then activate it immediately. Now you can click on set up my store and it will walk you through some setup steps that you can use to get things going. Here I'm going to check, I'm just starting my business, click continue, and then you can enter your store name. For the store name, I'm going to use cute bags. And then what type of product or services do you plan to sell? Mine will be under clothing and accessories, but you can select any category that apply to your business. And then where's your store located? You can select the location. You can also enter your email address and then click continue. Here, they are recommending some plugins that you should install, but I'm going to skip this step because I usually install the plugins I need manually whenever I need them. So this is going to take just a few seconds and now your WooCommerce store is ready. But if you come over to our website and refresh, you will not notice any serious difference in terms of the appearance. But if you look at the menu, you can see that we now have some pages, cart, checkout, my account, and all of these pages came from WooCommerce. So if you come over to pages, you can see the pages that were automatically generated because of the WooCommerce that we just set up. And here I'm going to delete this sample page, but all these other pages, you are going to need them. And let me just refresh this again. So have cart, checkout, my account, and shop. But everything is still empty because we don't have any products, we don't have any content. So to get things going, the easiest way to add content to your website is to use a pre-made template and then customize the template. It is just easier building a website with a template than if you want to do everything from scratch by yourself. And to get a template that we are going to use for this website, I usually use a plugin called Starter Template. So just come over to plugins again, click on add new plugin, and then use the search box and search for Starter Template. So this is the plugin Starter Templates with over 1 million active installations. And if you notice, we've had this notification to install Starter Templates. That's since when we installed the Astra theme. But you can just go ahead and either click on let's get started with Starter Templates, or you can just install the plugin manually and then I'll activate it immediately. So here we have Starter Templates among the plugins. And now what you need to do is to come over to Appearance, then click on Starter Templates. It will give you two options. You can either use the AI website builder, or use classic starter templates. I'm going to use classic starter templates. In another video, I'll show you how to use the AI website builder in detail. But now let's work with templates. So I'll click build with templates. And then here you can see different templates that you can easily use. And the good thing for us is a lot of them are actually free. And like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I want to show you how to use completely free resources. So we're going to look for a nice free template that we can use. Here you can search for templates in different categories. So I'll come over to e-commerce. And what you want to do is look for a template that looks like the final product that you have in mind. So we have this brand store, really nice and it's free. Then home and garden decor. And we have this skin cleanser store. Let's say if you are setting up an online store for a skincare brand, this will be a very good template to work with. And you can see a lot of them: plant shop, organic store. But for this, I'm going to use this template called fashion designer. This is the kind of look I want to have for my website. So just select this. And when you select a particular template, over here, you can get to preview what it will look like on your website. And the good thing is all these templates are fully customizable. You can change every aspect of this template. You can change the colors, the images, the fonts, everything is customizable. So if you like the template, you can just go ahead and click continue. Here, I'm going to skip this step. I don't want to install any of that. And you can just complete this form, enter your first name, email, select your experience level working with WordPress, and then select if you are building this website for yourself or for your clients. And then just go ahead and click submit and build my website. And in just a few seconds, it is going to import that template with all the demo content to your website. Then you can proceed to start customizing it. So our website is ready. And if I come back here, just look what will happen when I refresh this page. And now you can see that without doing a lot of work, we have something that looks like an actual e-commerce website. And the next step is to replace all this content with your own original content. You want to replace all these products with your actual products. Remember, the website we are setting up is for selling bags, not clothes. So let's start by adding our actual products. So I'll come back here and then click on visit dashboard. Here, come over to products. This is where you will see all the products on your store. So these are the products that came with the template, but you can also add new products from here, or you can import your products, or you can export the products you have. But before I start adding new products, I'm going to delete all these products that came with the templates because we don't need this on our website. So select everything and then click on bulk actions, move to trash, and then click apply. Now I'm going to select the rest and then just move to trash again. Then we can come over to categories, and also I'll remove all these default categories that came with the template. So select everything, delete, and then click apply. And with this, we are ready to start adding our own products. First, I'm going to create the different categories that we are going to have on the store for this website. And like I mentioned earlier, you can download all the files we are using right now from the link in the description. And there you find the content for this website. And if you look here, you see the different categories that we should have. So I'll come over under categories, just add the category name. The first category is laptop bags. So I'll just put that here. And then you can enter the slug that will be used for the URL to this category. And for that, I can just use laptop bags. And if it's a subcategory, you can select the parent category right here. And then I can also get the description for this category, just copy and then paste it here. For the display type, I'll keep it at default. And then you can add a thumbnail image that will be displayed for this category. And to do that, first I'm going to add all the media files that we are going to need for this website. So let me just upload everything at once so I'll have them here on WordPress. That will be easier to work with. So I'll come over to media, just open this in a new tab, and then click on add new media file, click on select files. Then I'll just upload everything at once. So select all of this and click open. You are going to find all these images in the project files below. So that'll be easy for you to follow. So I have all the images I'm going to need for this website. Now we can come over, and then for the thumbnail, I'm going to select upload or add image. Come over to media library. Since we already have all the images we need right here on WordPress, and then I'm going to look for an image that we can use to represent the laptop bags category. Let's say I'll just pick this and then go ahead and click on add new category. So you can see the laptop bags category right here. And I can just repeat this same process for the remaining categories, starting with school bags. Enter the name, the URL, also copy the description, select an image to use for the thumbnail. Maybe I'll just pick this and then add new category. After adding all the different categories, let's proceed to add the products. Now, you can also add different tags, attributes, but we'll just go straight to add new products. So you can come over to all products and then click on add new, or you can just use the add new option on the menu here. And here you can enter your product name. So I'll just get the name for the first product, which is this, copy it, and then come over and paste. And I'll also get the product description. You're going to find all these details, like I've mentioned earlier, in the project file. So just paste my description right here. The next field is the price. Let's say the regular price is 50,000 naira, and then you can enter the sale price. Now, if you scroll down here, you can add a short description, and I can get that from here as well. Just copy this and paste it here. And then you can come over and select a category for this product. And the category for this is school bags. So I'll just select school bags, and you can create new categories from here. Then we can also add a product image. So just click on set product image, and I'll just scroll down. Okay, let me see. I think this is it. Select it and then click on set product image. And then you can add other images to the product gallery. So I'll click on add product gallery images and then scroll down and select all the images related to this particular product. So just select all of this and then bring it here. And with all of this in place, we can go ahead and publish this product, and you can use this link to preview it on your website. This is it. And people can get to see the description. They can read reviews if there are any reviews on this product. And if I want to buy this, I can just click on add to cart, then click on view cart, proceed to checkout, and then I can go ahead to complete the payment. Also, if I come over to shop by category, you're going to see that we have this single product on our shop. So at this point, we can just move on to add all the remaining products that I need to have on this website. Adding the remaining products is still the same process. I can just click on add new, enter the product name, can get that from here. Enter the product name, and then also copy the description, place it right here, and then for the price, it's 31,000. I can enter the regular price. Let's say the regular price is 70,000, and then the sale price is 31,000. Then for the short description, just copy this and place it here. and then we can select the category. This is still school bag, and then I can set the product image. Select this and then click on set product image, and I'll also add some images to the gallery. Just look for all the images related to this particular product and select everything. And then before I publish, I'll just modify the name. Let's say school, travel, and laptop backpack. That means I can add this to multiple categories. So it will fit into laptop bags and travel bags category as well. And then just go ahead and publish. Now I'm going to basically follow this same process and upload all the other products. So I am done adding all my products. And if we come over to the website again, you can see currently we still have the demo products showing right here, but I can just go ahead and refresh. And now you can see that we have the bags we want to sell on this website. And if I come over to shop by category, that'll open the products page where people can get to see all the products. They can filter based on the categories. Let's say if I want to get a laptop bag, I can just click on laptop bags and I'm going to see products in this category. I can also filter by price. Let's say I want bags that are less than maybe 50,000 naira. Just drag this to 50. If I click apply, now only bags within this price range will show up here. Users can also filter by stock status. Right now, all the products are in store, but you can also customize this. Let's say you've run out of stock for a particular product, you can easily come over and for each product, let's say if I click on edit for this, aside from all the basic fields like title, description, image, price, and all of that, you can also come over to inventory and then you can enter all of these details. If a particular product is out of stock, you can click on out of stock. And if I update this, then come back here, just refresh this page. Now you are going to see that under stock status, we have one product that is out of stock. And if I check this, that's the only product that is going to show up on this page. And this is it. So people will not be able to buy this particular product until we restock it. And then there are still other settings that you can do. So inventory, I'll bring this back to in stock. You can come over to shipping and then enter the shipping details, the weight, the dimensions, and the shipping class. You can also link other products to this product, either as upsells or cross sells. Then if you come over to attributes, if there are certain attributes you want buyers to know about this product, you can get to add them here. Let's say I can add color and just use black, save attribute. Let's say I want to add another attribute for the size. So I'll just type in size and then enter the value here. And you can do this for other attributes like the material, basically any detail that is important when customers are making their buying decision. Now, if I just update this and then we come back to the product, just refresh, it is back in stock. And if I just come over here, you'll see that we have an additional information tab. And this is where people can get to see the attribute you've added to this particular product. So we used color and size, and buyers can get to see that. So I think I need to fix this and then save. All right, you can also come over to advanced. Here you can get to add purchase notes, many other, and if you want to enable reviews on this particular product. And then there's these two options at the top here. If you are selling a virtual product like online courses, ebooks, templates, you can select virtual. And if that product is downloadable, you can also check downloadable. But on this website, currently, we are selling physical products. So all of that does not apply to what we are doing here. After making all your changes, you can just go ahead and click update. Now, aside from creating and managing products on your store, WooCommerce also has a lot of other tools that you can use for your business. Like if I just bring my mouse over to the WooCommerce option on the menu here, you are going to see a number of options. Under orders, you'll see all the orders you've gotten from your store, your customers, reports, settings, status, extensions. Then there's also the analytics option. This is where you get detailed reports on different aspects of your online store, the products, the revenue, the orders, categories, coupons, taxes. If you want to create a coupon code, this is where you can get to do that. You can handle taxes here, download, stock, and settings. And then there's the marketing option to help you promote your business. But for now, let's go over to settings. So come over to WooCommerce and click on settings. Here you can enter the physical address of your business, the city, the country, and the zip code. All of these details are optional, but it is good if you have everything set up for a proper business. And then under general options, you can select the locations you want to sell to. Let's say you are selling to a particular country, you can choose sell to specific countries, then enter the countries you want to sell to. Or if you don't want to sell your product to certain countries, maybe because you will not be able to ship your products to those locations, you can select sell to all countries except for. Then you can go ahead and exclude the countries you don't sell to. For now, let me use sell to all countries. Then shipping locations, you can do the same as well. If you want to ship to all countries you sell to, just select this. So whatever you select here for selling locations, that's where you'll be shipping to. Or you can use ship to all countries, ship to specific countries only. Just select the option that works best for your business. But I'm going to use ship to all countries you sell to. Then default customer location, I'm going to use geolocate so that whenever people visit my store, WooCommerce is going to automatically get their location, and that will decide the settings that will apply to them. This basically helps you personalize the content of your website based on visitors' location. Then you can enable taxes, enable coupons. If you want to create discount codes, you can get to do that from here. And then for the currency options, by default, WooCommerce will use the local currency of the country of your business, the country selected when setting up your store. But you can change the currency to any currency that you want. Just type in the name of the currency or the currency code. Let's say if you want to use US dollars, you can just enter USD and then you will select that. But I'm going to keep it to Nigerian Naira. Then I'll show you how to enable multi-currency on your website. Select currency position, thousand separator, decimal separator, number of decimals, and then click on Save Changes. I am setting my default currency to Naira because that's my main market. Most of the people that will be visiting my website will probably come from Nigeria, but I also want people visiting from other countries to be able to pay in their currency. Let's say if somebody in the US is trying to buy stuff on my website, they should be able to pay in US dollars, or somebody in the UK should be able to pay with British pounds. Some payment methods might do the conversion for you automatically, but there's a plugin that we can use to do that. So I'll come over to plugins, click on add new plugin. Here, use the search box and type in year currency. This is the plugin, year currency WooCommerce multi-currency switcher. Just go ahead and install this and then activate. Now you are going to see this e-commerce option on your WordPress menu. You can go ahead and click on it. The default currency on my WooCommerce store is Nigerian Naira, so have that here. But I can add another currency. On the free version of this plugin, you can add up to 3 different currencies, and that's what we are going to use. The first currency that I'm going to add is US dollars, and then I'm going to add new currency again. And for this, I'm going to use pound sterling and then click on Save Changes. People visiting my website should be able to pay in either one of these currencies. Then you can come over to checkout options. I'm going to enable checkout in different currency. Then you can also select the payment method that will handle a particular currency. Then you can come over to display options. This is the shortcode you are going to use to display the currency switcher on your website. Wherever you want to display the switcher, just use this shortcode. So I'm going to come over to appearance and then widgets. What I want to do is to add the switcher to the product page. I want it to show up at the top of this sidebar. So under widgets, just scroll down. You are going to see the WooCommerce sidebar option. Click on it. And this is the sidebar that we have on the shop page. So I'll just scroll down and then click on this plus icon to add a new widget. And here, just search for shortcode. This is it. Select and then paste in the shortcode you just copied from ecommerce. And then I'm going to push this up so it will be the first option on the sidebar. Then click update. Now we can come over and refresh. This is the currency switcher, but it is not at the top yet. So I'll just push this one step further and update. Now I can refresh again. And this is where I want it to be. Let's say somebody from the US wants to buy something on this site. They can select USD as the currency, and you're going to see that the price for all these products has been automatically converted to US dollars. The same if I select, British pounds, all the prices have been converted to British pounds automatically. So this is a really, really cool feature if you expect shoppers from different regions. Now, this widget is not looking good on the sidebar. One thing you can do is to come over to currency, and under display options, you can use the small option for the switcher size. And if I save this and then refresh, you can see the switcher is now smaller and it fits in to the sidebar. But I have a better way of fixing this actually, because I want the switcher to be a little bit bigger. So I'm going to use medium, click save changes. Now come over to the shop page, click on this customize button at the top to open the theme customizer. And here I'll just go back a little bit. What you want to do is to go over to the sidebar option. Then for the sidebar width, I'm going to set it to 28%. I know it's 28% because I've done this several times actually. Then I can publish. Now let's close the customizer. And you can see that this is looking good. So let's say I want to shop in USD. I can select US dollars and then select the product I want to buy. And even on the product page, customers can also select the currency they want to use. So can select it from here and then click add to cart, view cart, and then let's proceed to checkout. So you can see even on the checkout page, the currency is still on US dollars. So this is a really, really convenient feature for your customers. Now that we are done fixing the currency switcher, let's go back to the WooCommerce settings we were working on earlier. Here, after general settings, the next tab is products. And this is where you can select the shop page, the add to cart behavior. Let's say you want when people click on the add to cart button, it should redirect them automatically to the cart page. You can select this, and let me just save this and show you how that is going to work. Now, if I come over to the shop page again, select a particular product, and then click add to cart, you're going to see that without any extra step, it brings me straight to the cart page. And if I want to add more products, I can click continue shopping. You just need to go with the option that you prefer. Doing this means people will not be able to add multiple products at once, but it also means you will remove one extra step from the checkout process. So this is just an advantage and a disadvantage of using this option. Just go with the one that you prefer. But I'm going to uncheck this. Then you can select the number of placeholder image and then the units for the different measurements on your product. So for weight, the default is kilograms, and for dimensions, the default is centimeters. You can work with the one that I prefer, or maybe the one that you know your customers will be more familiar with. Then under reviews, you can enable reviews and product rating. Once you are done, click on save changes, and then you can come over to the shipping tab. I've actually made a video on how to handle shipping on your e-commerce website, and I'm going to link that video in the description below. You can check that out, but we can just skip this. The next tab is payment. Here you can select payment method you want to enable on your store, but we are going to fix a payment method later on in this video. Then you can come over to account and privacy. If you want to enable guest checkout, that means people can buy stuff on your website without creating an account, and this is a recommended option. Then you can also check allow customers to create an account during checkout or on my account page, whichever option works best for you. Then account erasure request, and you can also customize the privacy policy and personal data retention options. And if you come over to emails, this is where you can get to configure the emails that will be sent out to customers when they take specific actions on your website. So let's say if somebody completes a new order, as the admin, you are going to get an email with the details of that order, and then the customers will also get an email as well. So you see, complete order will go to the customer, and new order will go to the admin. So you can select any of these emails and customize the content, the subject, the heading, and all of those kind of stuff. The good thing is I've also made videos covering how to handle email on your WooCommerce store. That video will also be in the description, but you can see different emails that will be sent out for different actions: cancelled order, failed order, processing order, refunded order, and all of those. Then you can also customize the colors and all these visual aspects of the emails that will be sent out. And the next part is integration. Remember I showed you the geolocation option earlier. If you want to use this feature on your website, you need to configure MaxMind, and this is where you can get to do that. And then site visibility. When it's time for us to launch our website, this is where we are going to do that one. But currently, this website is not available for people to visit. Let me just open a private window, and if I try to visit the site, you'll see that it's still under construction. So when you are done, you can get to make it live. We'll come back to this when we fully complete our website. And then there's also the advanced tab, and here you can configure the page setup for your website. You can select the cart page, the checkout page, my account page. Usually the default just works fine, except if you want to do something extra or create your own custom pages, then you can get select the pages here. But I'm going to keep the default setup. So this is basically how to set up your WooCommerce store. And now the next step is to start building the front end of our website. That means customizing all the different pages that we have on the site, because right now, even though we've added our own products, you can see that we still have some demo content. So we are going to customize all of this to make it look more like our website. And we are going to start with the home page. Here, once you come over to the home page, what you want to do is to click on this edit page button at the top. I'll just close this. I'm going to keep things really simple. So we are going to use this default page builder on WordPress, but feel free to go as far as you want when building your pages. You can even decide to use a page builder like Elementor if you want to do something really creative. As a matter of fact, some of the templates you will get on starter templates will actually use Elementor for the pages, but here we have a simple page builder, and the way this works is any element you select, let's say if I just select this info box, at the right here you're going to see the different options that you can use to customize this element. So let's say if I want to enable icon, you can see the icon will show up at the top here, or I can disable it. Then if I come over to content, this is where you can customize the content of this element. So let's say if I want to use an H3 header for the prefix text, that's this text, you can see it is now smaller, but I'll just keep it at H1, then the title, that's this particular text, and then you have a separator. If you want to show a separator, you can get to enable that. And then the call to action is this particular button. This is where you can get to customize that. And you have a separate tab called style. And this is where you can style the particular element that you've selected. So I can style the prefix text. Let's say if I want to change the color to red, I can just use this color picker. You can also change the text. The same for the title, the call to action, border. This way you basically style the elements that you are working on. Then you have the advanced tab where you can add animations, display conditions. Let's say you want to display this based on user roles or based on the browser, the operating system. You can get to select that here. And then responsive conditions. Let's say if you want to have a particular element on mobile, you can click here to hide it on mobile. And you can also set the z-index, add an HTML anchor, and CSS class to this particular element. Also, you are going to see a toolbar just at the top of the selected element, and you can use this to do some simple stuff. Let's say if I want to make the text bold, italicize it, or maybe add a link. If you click on this drop down icon, you have more options. And also, if you click on this three-dot menu, you also get more functions. Now, let's say you want to add a new item to the page. Just click on this plus icon, and then you can drag the widget you want to any section of the page. Let's say I want to add an image. I can simply drag this here, and then you can add the image. It's as simple as that. Any element you want to add, just click on this plus icon. That'll open the blocks menu. Let's say I want to add a button. I can just search for button, and then you see different options. And that's basically how this page builder works. Really, really simple. Another very important aspect when building a website is you want to make sure that your website is responsive, so that regardless of the device people use, whether their phones, tablets, or laptops, they should have a good experience on your website. And you can easily do that with this builder as well. Just click on this desktop icon. So if I click tablet, I'm going to see like a preview of what this page will look like on tablet-sized devices, or you can select mobile to see what it will look like on smartphones. And this is really important because most of your users will probably be using their phone. So you want to make sure that your website looks good on smaller devices as well. So let's start with the desktop view. I'm going to change the background image of this section so that we can have something that represents the business we have on this website. So just select the section and then come over to style, then click on change image. Select the image I want to use, maybe this, click select. Then make sure the image is selected. Come over here, you can adjust the position of the image depending on the area of the image you want to emphasize. But let me just keep it around here. Then for the attachment, I'll just leave it to default. But I'm going to change the size from auto to cover. And then I'll also come over to overlay type. I'm going to add a black overlay so that the text that I'll have on top will be more visible. So select solid color, then change the color to something around here. And then you can actually reduce the opacity of the overlay that you have. Now, while making all of these customizations, you can click on save to save your changes. And then I'm going to click on this view page icon to open the page on the new tab so that I can get a preview of what we're actually doing. Now I'm going to come over. I want to remove this border that I'll have around this section. So just come over to border. And then for the border style, I'm going to use none. And if I click on save, you can even see it from here already, but we can just come over here, refresh, and this actually looks better. Now I can customize the text on this section. Let's say you can use whatever text you want, but let me just use the name of the website. And then I'm going to change the text color to maybe white. So come over to style, click on prefix, and then change it to white. And then if you want to further customize your text, you can click on this edit icon, select the font you want to use, and select this, and then you can also adjust the font size. Or let me try a different font called Outfit. Maybe that will look better. Let's keep it at 129 pixels. And just to add a little bit more contrast, I'm going to go back to the background and increase the opacity of the overlay. Just increase this a little bit, just so that the text will be able to stand out more. So let's say something like this. And then I'm going to change this title text that I'll have. I also change the color to make it visible. So come over to title, and under color, you can select the color of your choice. So I'll just use white for this. Then I'm going to also change the font. Here, let's try Outfit again. Let's see what that will look like. All right, I think this looks better. You can adjust the font weight. Let me use something like 300. Yeah, I think 300 will do. You can also change the style. Let's say if I want to italicize the text, I can easily do that. You can also add transform properties like capitalize, uppercase, lowercase, and then add some decorations. That's really up to you, depending on the style you want for your website. Now, I'm going to work on the button. To make the button stand out, I'm going to change the background color. So just come over to call to action, and then background type, color, and for the background color, I'm going to enter the color value that I want. That's looking good. Then come over to typography and use the same font that I used for the other text. Now you can see that we are repeating almost the same step of changing the fonts, but you can make life a lot more easier for yourself by just coming over to the customizer. Here, let me refresh this page so that you see what we've done so far. Okay, first let me save this and then come over, refresh. This is looking better than what we started with. So in order not to keep repeating the step of changing the fonts for the text on this page, I can just come over to the customizer, click on customize, then go to global, typography, and this is where you can set the default font. For instance, the headings font. If I click on edit, since I'm already using outfit, let me just use it throughout the site. You can also select the font weight for your headings, and you can repeat the same process for the body font. Still search for outfit, select, and then you can further customize the heading font. Let's say if you want a particular font weight for H1 heading, you can do that here, H2, H3, and all of that. But for now, let me just click publish and then go back to the page. This section is looking good. I mean, it is better than what we started with, but it kind of looks overwhelming. So what I'm going to do is to bring back the border that I had here before, and then just change the border color to white. So come over to the page editor again, then select the background. Now come over to border. For the border style, I'm going to use solid, and then for the border color, just select the white or whichever color you want to use, and then go ahead and hit save. And now we can come over here, refresh, and this looks better to me. Then this button, this shop the collection button, ideally you want this button to take people to the shop page. That's this particular page where buyers can get to see all the products we have on the store. So to do that, I'm going to come over here, select the button, then here come over to the general tab, call to action, and then the link, I'm going to use the path to the shop page. So just type in /shop and that'll do it. So if I save this, now let's go back to the home page. But if I click on the button, you'll notice that it brings us to this blank page. This is not the page we want to use. So I can come over to WordPress, go to pages, and the reason why that's happening is because we have two shop pages, but this is the one we are actually using. You can confirm that by viewing to see the content of each page. So this is the page you want to use, and this is the blank page. So I'm going to delete the blank page and then click on quick edit on your main shop page. Then just change the slug to shop. Now I'm going to click update. Then let's go back to the website, go over to the home page again. And now if I click on shop the collection, it brings us to the shop section where I can get to browse all the available products and buy the one I want. So we are done customizing this particular section. We can move on to the next section, which is latest collection. And this area will show the latest products on your website. So any recent product you add to your store will show up right here. And if I click on view all, this button should also bring people to the shop page at least, or maybe if you have any other page you would like to redirect people to. So I'll come over here, and that's the only change I'm going to make in this section. Click on the view all button, then come over to button, and for the link we are still going to use shop. But if you have any other page you want to link to, just enter the URL or the path right here, and then I'm going to click save. So if I refresh this page and then I click on view all, that should take people to the shop page. Okay, the next section is new arrivals, and then we have this section showing different categories that I'll have on the site. But I'm going to remove all of this because with an e-commerce site, your primary goal is to make it really, really easy for people to find the products they want, not necessarily to make something fancy. Also remove this section as well. And what I'm going to do is to show like products in different categories, maybe top products, that's products customers are buying the most, or the cheapest product, or maybe just show one of the products in the different categories I'll have. So to do that, first, let me duplicate this section because it has the layout I want for the other sections. And then remove this shortcode, delete it, and click on this plus icon. Here, just type in products, and you're going to see different widgets: products by category, products by tag, products by attribute, and then you can even add a search field. Then you also have other options like hand-picked products, so you can select the product you want to display, or best-selling products, top-rated products, products by review, and all of that. So first, let me use hand-picked products. Just drag this widget into this section, and then you can select the products you want to show up here. So let me just select some products that I might want to show. Maybe let me check the shop page so that I can see the ones I want to use. Okay. Search for this, and then this also looks good. I think 4 is okay, so I'm going to click on done. And then you can customize how you want these products to appear. I want the product image, product title, product price. Also, there should be an add to cart button. Then for the columns, I'm going to increase it to 4 so that I'll have all the products on one row. Then the title of the section, I'm going to use products you might like. To make it shorter, let me just use for you. And then you can add a link to where you want this button to take users to. Well, let me just save this. Then come over, refresh. So this all have. And it looks like the space between these two sections is kind of too much. So we can reduce that by just select the section Then come over to style and then spacing. Here you can see they'll have a padding of 120 pixels. So I can just reduce this to maybe 50 pixels. And if I save, then just refresh, still not good enough. So what I'm going to do is also reduce the bottom padding. Let's use maybe 30 pixels. And then I'm going to do the same for the section at the top, select it, and then set the bottom padding to 30 pixels. Let's see what that will look like. Come over, refresh. And this actually looks better, but you can reduce it further. Let's say maybe, let me see what 10 pixels will look like. And just refresh. All right, I think this is good for now. Then I'm going to add one more category. So come over, just duplicate this section, and then remove the category that we have right now. Then come over, search for products again, and then drag in best selling products. Now, since this is still a new website and it's not as if we've made any sales yet, these products are just the latest products that you have. So that might not really work for what I want to do. So let me bring in another widget, maybe use product collection. Let me use this, drag it in. And then for the collection, I'm going to use featured. Right now, we don't have any featured products, but you can actually select the products you want to feature. So just come over here to products, and any particular product that you would like to feature, you can just click on this star icon on the product. Let's say this, select this as well. Then I'm going to add this. Then maybe select one more. Let's say this. Now I'll come over here. Let's save and refresh the page and see if something is going to show up now. And you can see the featured products that we just selected. Then I'm going to change the layout of the section. So select the section, then come over to layout, and the direction I'm going to use column, and I can just remove this title. And then for the section name, I'm going to use top selling products. Then I think there's still space for one more product. So let me add another product to the featured list. Let's say this, and maybe this as well. Let's see what that is going to look like. Save the changes, refresh. This is looking good, but this particular product does not fit in because the title is too long. So you can see the add to cart button is just way down compared to the others. One way to fix this, if I just add one more product to the featured list, let's say this. Now I think this should no longer be visible. Just save and refresh. This actually looks better and more organized. Now we can move on to the next section, which is testimonials. Here, you just want to bring in the testimonials from your customers, and editing this is actually really simple. Just select the text, you can delete it, and then type in your own testimonial. You can also enter the name, the company name, and if you select the image, you'll be able to bring in the image from this reviewer. So you can click on change image and then enter the image. I have some testimonials that I can use. I'll just copy this and bring them here. I also want to reduce the font weight for the content. So just select it and then come over to content, click on typography. I can change the font weight to, let's say 200. Let's try maybe 400. That looks better. Just repeat the same process for the others. Now I can save my changes. Then we can come over to the home page and refresh. And so far, everything is coming together piece by piece. Let me add a space between this section and the testimonials because they look too close. So I can come over to widgets again and search for spacer. If you need to add space between two elements, this is what you can use to do that. So just add this and let's see, you can adjust the height of the spacer. If you want a very huge space, you can just increase it. But let me try 100 pixels and see what it will look like. Just save, then come over, refresh. I think 100 pixels is too much. So let's try probably 60 and then refresh. I think this looks good. Now we can move on to the next section. And for this, what I just need to do is to change the background image, select the image, then come over to style, click on change image, and then select the image I want to use there. And I'm going to add some overlay to make the text more visible. For the overlay type, I'm going to use color, and then I can change the text color to white. So it's the same for the prefix. And then for the button, I'm going to use the same background color I used here. So come over to call to action and then copy the color value. Then I'm going to use the same color for this. So background color, paste in the color value. This looks better actually. And then this button, I want this button to redirect to the shop page. So come over to general call to action. And then for the link, use the URL you want the button to redirect to. Then the final section we have here is the blog section. So if you have a blog on your website, you can display your latest blog post, but that does not apply to the website I have right now. So I'll just delete this to keep things simple. Let's save the changes and let's come over, refresh. This looks good. Then there's probably too much space here. And okay, that's because we have an unused section. Then you can also customize this widget, 60 days return. If you offer maybe 30 days return, you can change that, or even 90 days. That really depends on your business. So I'm going to use, we offer a 60-day return policy for a hassle-free shopping experience. The same for free shipping, bring in my text, enjoy free shipping on all orders. And yeah, we can just go ahead and save this. We also have a newsletter sign up section, but I'm going to keep this the way it is for now. And let's refresh. Now there are just a few adjustments that I would like to make. Like these title texts are probably too small, while for the testimonials, this is probably too big. Then maybe add some space in this area. So I can just select the section, then come over to spacing, and then for the top padding, increase it to 60, and the same for the bottom padding. Click save, and let me see. This looks better. Then I'll come over for the title of the testimonial section. Just come over to style and then typography. I can reduce the font size a little bit. Let's keep it at maybe 100 pixels. Then for this, I can come over to style, typography, and increase the font size to, let's see, I think 30 pixels should do. Now you can just click on this icon to copy the style and then come over and click on the same icon on this particular element and click on paste style, and that will copy the style we just used there. That makes things a little bit easier, pretty the same. Now let's see what we have on the home page. So everything is actually looking good except for this particular section. This looks very disorganized. So what I might do is to maybe remove this section completely or replace it with something else. Let me search for products. Let me use maybe products by category. Use the school bags category and then increase the number of columns to 4. Then I can just delete this and change the title. So let's say back to school. Since we are showing school bags, click on save. And now let's refresh and see. Okay, this actually looks better. So I'm done customizing the homepage, but feel free to take the time to make yours look better. And then one thing I will encourage you to do is to use the responsive mode to check and make sure that your website looks good on different screens. So let's say on tablet, you can see the image is still the old image. So you can change this. Basically check if there's any area you need to make changes and fix that. Let me see on mobile. Maybe I'll just reduce the font size. This looking, you can see this text is broken. So I can come over to style and then typography. You can see that the icon beside each attribute has changed to the mobile icon. That means the changes you are making now will only affect the mobile view of your website. So I can just reduce the font size to, I think 54 would do, or let's keep it at 50. Also do the same for this. Come over to typography, reduce the font size. So I hope you get the idea of what you need to do to make your website responsive. Use the same size for this section as well, 20 pixels. And aside from using this built-in previewer here on WordPress, you should actually open the link to your website on your phone, because this is not always accurate. If you see it on your phone, you get a better idea of how your website looks like on mobile screens. But once you are done with all of these steps, your homepage is good, and now you want to follow this same process and customize all the other pages that you need to work on. So if I come over to pages, you might want to work on the about page. Let's say if I just open this, it is still the same process. Just click on edit page, and then you can use the page editor to make the customizations you need to make. And then you should also create pages like the privacy policy page, terms and conditions page, refunds and returns policy. These are pages that are really important for every e-commerce website. Also, you should work on the contact page. That's the page where people can get to reach out to you, or maybe reach out to your customer support team. I'm going to leave you to work on these other pages at your own convenient time, since you already know the process you need to follow to do that. And then now let's move on to the next step, which is customizing the header and the footer of our website. So coming back here, I'm going to close all these pages that we are not working with right now. So just close all of this. We have a couple of elements on this header. First at the top is this summer sale notification, and then you have the search box that people can use to search for products. Then we have the primary menu with three options: shop by category, new arrivals, and collection. And then in the middle, we have the logo, and here the social media icons, the cart, and the account icon. So to start working on the header, let's go to the customizer again. Click on customize and then go to header builder. Here you will see the different sections on the header: the site title and logo, the search box, and then account, cart, and this HTML element. That's the summer sale notification that we'll have at the top, and then the primary menu and social media icons. Let's say you want to use a different heading style. You can come over to header presets and then select the style you want to use. So you can see there are different options, and you can basically select the one that you like. I prefer the current layout, so that's what I'm going to use. Then at the down here, you'll see the widgets for the different elements on the header. So let's say if you don't want a particular element, you can easily remove it just by clicking on this delete icon, and it will remove that element for you. Let's say you don't want this summer sale notification, you can easily just take it out, but I'll just keep it the way it is. Then let's go to header builder again. So let's start working from site title and logo. Here, I'll change the logo to the logo for the brand I'm building this website for. And what I've done is to create a simple logo that is similar to what we have on the template using Canva. So if you come over to Canva and just search for font initials logo, you are going to find different templates that you can use to create a simple logo like this. So I'll just bring that in here, click on change logo, then come over to upload files and upload the logo, then click select. I'll just keep cropping, and this is what we have. Then you can also adjust the size of the logo if you want to make it bigger or smaller. That's really up to you. Well, let's say I'm going to use 65 pixels for the width. Then the site title, I already have my site title right here, but you can change it if you need to. Then you can also enter a tagline for your site. Another option that we'll have here is the site icon. And this is the icon that will show up on browser tabs. So just go ahead and click on site icon. I'll still use the logo as the site icon. So just select the logo and then click select and skip cropping. And you can see now we have this logo as the site icon on this tab. And make sure to click publish to save your changes. Then we can move on to the next item, which is the search bar. You can increase the width, the size of the icon. Let's say if you want to make the search icon bigger or smaller, that's really up to you, but I'll just keep it to the default value of 18 pixels. Then if you want to enable live search, you can do that here. And you can also select the visibility. Let's say you don't want to have the search box on mobile devices, you can just uncheck this. But of course, I want to have that there. Then I'll just go ahead, publish to save. Now for each of these elements, you'll notice that there is a design tab. And here you can play with the color, the spacing, and all of that. Then let's move on to accounts. For this, I'll just leave it the way it is right now. But let's say if you want to change the account URL, that's the page this icon will redirect people to. Ideally, I want it to take people to their account page. So I'll just use the account URL for that. Then if you want it to open in a new tab, this area will control the behavior of this icon for logged in users. And then here you can customize it for logged out users. But I still want it to take people to the same page. If they are not logged in, they can log in from there. And once you have your changes in place, just go ahead, click publish. And then we can move on. I think cat, I'm fine with the way this looks, but you can change the icon, the label, and all of that. But let's go on to the primary menu. For the primary menu, I'm going to remove collections because I don't need this here. So I'll come over to configure menu from here. And then under primary menu, click on edit menu, and you can just select any element and remove it. For the shop by category, let me show you something. Let's say if I come over to the website and then I click on shop by category, you can see that the products are not showing up here. And that's because we had to change the shop page earlier. So I'm going to remove this and then bring in the shop page, come over and add shop. And you can reorder the items on your menu. Let's say if you click on reorder, then you can push it up or down. And then I can click on it, change the title to what we had before, which is shop by category. And then I'm going to add some items. So I'll bring in the different categories I'll have on the store as submenu under shop by category. So come over to product categories and then just bring in the different categories that I'll have. Then you just want to hold down and then drag it a little bit forward under the main menu item like this. Really easy. So what I would do is all these items will be submenu under shop by category. So let me show you an example. If I publish this and then come over to the website, just refresh. And if I hover my mouse on shop by category, you can see that I have the submenu, which is laptop bags, showing under. So I'll just bring in all the other items here. Now I can save this, then come over, refresh. Let's see what the menu will look like. So now when people come over to our website and then come over to shop by category, they can either just jump straight to the category they want. Let's say if I want to look for travel bags, I can click on travel bags and I'm going to see the bags in this category. Or if I want to see all the categories, I'll just click on shop by category. And that should show me all the products we have on this store. But apparently it is still blank. So to fix this, what I'm going to do, I'll click on add items, then come over to custom links. And then for the URL, I'm going to use shop. That's the URL to the shop page. And then the link text, just use shop by category and then add it to the menu. And I can drag this to the top, then just remove the old shop by category option, and I can just rearrange the sub menu the way we had them before. Now everything is looking good and I think this should work properly. So I can click on shop by category and that will bring me to the store with all the products, or I can just jump to any category I want to browse. Let's say school bags, and that will bring me here where I can find products under this category. Let me also mention that aside from using this customizer, you can also edit your menu from your WordPress dashboard. Just come over to appearance, then menus, select the menu you want to edit, let's say the primary menu, and you can do the exact same thing from here. Let's say I want to add another page to the menu, maybe the about page. I can just select this, then click on add to menu. And if I save, now come over to the website and just refresh, you can see we now have the about page on the menu. And I think working from here is actually easier when it comes to editing your menu than with this customizer. And you can still do the same stuff like creating sub items and all of that. So let's go back to the other items on the header, which is the social media icons. And here, what you just need to do is really simple. You can add the links to your social media accounts. Let's say you have an Instagram page for this business. You can add the link to the page, the same for Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. And you can even add more icons. Let's say I can come over here and just search for WhatsApp, then click on add social icon. And if you don't want to show any platform, maybe if you don't want to show Facebook, you can easily remove it or just disable it by toggling this visibility icon. And that will remove Facebook from the options. And then if you want to show the label for these platforms, you can do that, but this is too much. So I'm going to disable it. And once you are done making your changes, click on publish. Now, if you want to edit this summer sale notification, you can do that with this HTML1 element. And you can either customize the text. Let's say if what I have is holiday sale, I can easily enter that here. And instead of 40%, maybe if I'm offering 30%, I can easily change this. And you can see we have that right here. So I'll just go ahead, publish to save. So that's it with the header. Now let's go over to the footer. If I just scroll down, this is what the footer currently looks like. The layout is good, but we'll need to change the content. So come over to footer builder. Just like with the header, here you can see the different items that we'll have on the footer, and you can see the widgets down here. So let's say you want to edit this particular element, that's HTML1, you can just click on it and you can change the text. So I can enter the text I want to use. You can also change the logo, just select the icon and remove it, then click on add media, select my own logo, and then click insert into post. This is probably too big and the color has to be white. So I'll just come over to Canva and create the white version for this, change the text color to white, and let's make the background color something else so that it will be visible. And I can go ahead and save this transparent background and then click on download. Now I can come over here, remove this, and then click on add media again, and then just drag in the new logo and then click insert into post. We can resize it. Now I can save, but you notice that we have this space at the top. So to remove it, just come over to design, then go to margin, unlink the values, and just use a negative value for the top margin. Maybe let's try -100. I think this is looking good. Then we can publish to save. And you can also customize the social media icons here. Just come over to social. If you want to add a new icon, let's say I want to bring in YouTube, then click on add social icon. You can see YouTube has been added, and then you just want to go ahead and add the links to these platforms, link to your YouTube channel, Twitter handle, Facebook page, Instagram page, and then click publish to save. For information, that's widget 1. Just convert to widget 1, click got it. Now, if you click on this widget, you'll notice that what we have here is the footer information menu. And you can edit this by coming over to the menu page on your WordPress dashboard. Then select this option, footer information, because that's what we have here. Click select. And then we have the about me, my story, awards and achievements, and then contact. These are the items we have right here. And if there's anyone you want to remove or if you want to add, you can easily do that. Here you can add the link to the contact me page. We can just use the contact page on the website. Just come over under pages, select contact, and then click on add to menu. Then here I'll also remove this, add the about page, and drag it to the top. And for the text, I can just use maybe about us. That's the brand now. Then my story, if you have a page like that, you can use it, but I'm going to remove this. Then awards and achievements, I'll remove this as well. And then bring in new arrivals and collections. Now I can just go ahead and click save menu. And then if we refresh this page, you can see that we have all of those items right here. And then the next widget on the footer, that's this discover menu. So if I come over to widget 2, right now we don't have any item on this menu. So let's come over to the menu page on WordPress again, then select the discover footer, click select, then add the items you want to show up under this menu. And what I'm going to do is to add the different product categories we have on our store. So come over to custom links, then I'll just get the URL for the first category. Let's say school bags, just copy just the path, paste it right here. And then I'm going to use the category name as the link text. Click add to menu and just repeat this same process for the other categories. And then I can go ahead and click save menu. So come over, refresh here. Let's see what we have. This is looking good. Then I'm going to make some changes to the information widget. So instead of having links to products under information, let's use privacy policy and terms and conditions instead. If they are looking for products, they can use this particular menu. So I'll come over, select the information footer, click select, and then just remove new arrivals and collection. Look for the terms and conditions page and also privacy policy. Go to view all, select terms and conditions, then privacy policy, and then click add to menu. I can rearrange this terms and conditions first before privacy policy, and then save menu. This looks better. Then you can also add your shop address, phone number, and email address under the locate us widget. So if you come over to widget 3, this is where you can get to customize all of that. You can enter the address, phone number, and email. And finally, the copyright text, just come over to copyright. Here you can customize it whichever way you want, but I'll just remove this powered by part of the text and maybe use something like all rights reserved. I think that should do. Click publish to save. And with that, we are done working on the header and the footer of this website. So the header is looking good, the footer as well. At this point, there's only one thing missing on this website. So if customers come over to our store and they try to buy any of these products, click on add to cart, proceed to checkout, you'll see that there's no payment method that our customers can use to complete their purchase. So the next step for us now, after fixing the header and the footer, is to add a payment gateway so that customers can easily pay for the products they want to buy. And for this website, I'm going to use two payment methods: Flutterwave for Naira payment, and then PayPal for USD and pounds payment. Remember that earlier we had set up multiple currencies for our store, so people can pay either with Naira for Nigerians, US dollars, and then pounds. So I'm going to use Flutterwave to process Naira payments and then PayPal to process pounds and dollar payments. To do that, let's come over to our WordPress dashboard and then come over to WooCommerce settings. If you come to payments, you notice that there are a lot of payment methods showing up here, but we are not going to use any of these. So what I need to do is to uninstall the Stripe plugin that came with the template. So come over to plugins, and then here is it, checkout plugins, Stripe for WooCommerce. Since we are not going to be using Stripe for this website, I'm going to deactivate this. If you want me to make a video showing how to integrate Stripe with your WooCommerce website, just let me know, but I'll just deactivate and then delete this particular plugin. If we come over to our WooCommerce payment settings again, now you can see that this section looks cleaner. And then we have the default payment methods on WooCommerce. That's direct bank transfer, check payments, and cash on delivery. So let's say if you offer payment on delivery on your store, you can just enable this particular payment method. And then you can also go to finish setup, and then you can customize the title, the description, the instructions, and if there's a particular shipping method you want to use for this payment method, you can select that here. If we just go over to the checkout page, right now there's no payment method, but if I refresh, you see that people can choose to pay with cash on delivery. So that's an option that you could use if you want to do payment on delivery. But I'm going to disable this since I will not be using payment on delivery. Now let me show you how to add Flutterwave as a payment method on your WooCommerce store. With Flutterwave, your customers will get a number of convenient payment options like direct bank transfer, payment with card, payment with USSD code, depending on the one they prefer. And the good thing is Flutterwave is very popular in Nigeria and many other African countries, so you can use it to receive payments from anywhere and in different currencies. Now, to add Flutterwave to your WooCommerce store, the first thing you need is a Flutterwave business account. So you can just come over to flutterwave.com. I'm going to leave the link under this video. And then if you don't have an account, you can just go ahead and click on create a free account. Here, select your country. Then for the account type, select business account and then click continue. Now you can complete this sign-up form, enter your name, email. Is your business incorporated with the CAC? Select the option that is appropriate for you, yes or no, either one will work. Then you can set a password for yourself, check the terms and conditions, and if you want to receive news and updates from Flutterwave, you can check this as well. And after all of that, you can go ahead and click on create your account to sign up and verify your account. You just need to submit all the required documents. And once your account is approved, you are ready to start using Flutterwave to receive payments. So you can go ahead, log into your brand new account. Once you log in, this is what the dashboard of your Flutterwave account will look like. Then the next step is to come over to your WordPress admin dashboard, go to plugins, add new plugin, use this search box and search for Flutterwave. Here you are going to see a number of options, but there's a plugin we are going to use, Flutterwave WooCommerce by Flutterwave developers. Just go ahead and install it and then activate it immediately. Now you can come over to WooCommerce, go to settings and then payment. Here you will see that Flutterwave has been added as one of the payment methods. So you want to come over and click on finish setup. Here, the first thing you want to do is to check enable Flutterwave. Now, you will need to get your API keys from your Flutterwave account. So to get that, just come back to your Flutterwave dashboard, then click on settings, go to API keys. If you are doing this for the first time or you want to replace your old API keys, you can just go ahead and click on generate new API keys, click continue, and then when do you want the current API keys to expire? I'm going to select immediately. But take note that if you're already using these API keys, maybe on another website, they are going to stop working once you generate new keys. So what you want to do is maybe go over to those websites and replace the keys. But right now, just go ahead and click confirm to get my new keys. If you want to save your API keys, maybe for future use, just click here to download them. But basically, just go ahead and copy the public API key. Remember, you are not supposed to share these keys with anybody outside your business. So after you copy, come back to what we were working on WordPress, and I'm going to paste the live public key here and then get the secret key, copy, then come over and paste. I'll also get the test keys so that we'll be able to test this particular payment method. So over here, come over to test API keys and then copy the test public key, paste it in the test public key field, and repeat the same process for the secret key, paste it right here. Now, the next thing you need to do is to scroll up a little bit and then copy the webhook URL that is showing up here. Just copy it. Then come back to your Flutterwave account and then go to webhooks, paste the webhook URL in this field. Also copy the secret hash and then come over and delete this default hash and paste your own secret hash. Now, with all of this in place, you can just scroll down here. There are still some settings that you can use. Let's say the payment checkout style. If you want to use redirect to a new tab or just a pop-up, I'm going to keep it the default option, which is pop-up. And then if you want to complete the order on payment, you can check here. For the payment options, I'll just use all. But if you want to use specific payment options, this is where you can get to select that. When you are ready to go live, make sure you come over here and check live mode. But for now, let me save these changes and let's test and see if everything is working properly. So I'll come over to this checkout page and let's refresh and see what will happen. Now you can see that I'll have Flutterwave as a payment method. And if I complete this checkout form and then go ahead and click on place order, you can see that our payment gateway is actually working. So customers can pay with their card, with USSD code, with their bank, or with bank transfer. Although you should take note that this is currently in test mode, so this is not a live transaction. And I can also come over to my Flutterwave dashboard, then click on your account. You can switch to test mode. So now my Flutterwave account is in test mode. Let me try to complete this payment and see what happens. I can get some test card details. These cards are just for the purpose of testing, so you can use it to test your integration. I'm going to copy the card number, then come over here and paste, and then the expiry date and the CVV is 564, and then the expiry date is 0932. Now I can go ahead and click on pay, get the 4-digit PIN, and I also copy the one-time password, paste it here, and then click on confirm OTP. And you can see the transaction was successful. Now, if I check my Flutterwave dashboard, you can see that the payment is showing up here. You can also go to transactions. It should show up under your transactions. And that means our Flutterwave payment gateway is working perfectly. Now, before you go live, don't forget to come back to your Flutterwave dashboard and then click on your account, switch back to live mode. Don't forget to switch back to live mode, or else your customers will not be able to complete their payments. Also, make sure to come over to WooCommerce and then check live mode, then click on save changes. And with that, customers can conveniently make payments on your WooCommerce store using Flutterwave. Also, if you come over to orders on WooCommerce, you'll see all the orders you've gotten. Now that we are done adding Flutterwave as a payment method on this site, let's go on to add the second payment method, which is PayPal. So to add PayPal as a payment method on your WooCommerce store, just come over to plugins, click on add new plugin, use this search box and type in PayPal. You will see this plugin, WooCommerce PayPal Payments, with over 600,000 active installations. Just go ahead and install it, and then you can activate it immediately. Now come over to WooCommerce settings, then go to payments. Here you will see that a number of PayPal related payment options have been added to the payment method here on WooCommerce, but this is the one we are going to be working with, just PayPal. So what you want to do first, you want to set up a PayPal business account. Just sign up and set up your PayPal business account. Then you can come over here and enable PayPal as a payment method. Here, just click on activate PayPal. Enter your PayPal email, select the country, and then click on next. Here, go ahead and log into your PayPal account. And as simple as that, you have your PayPal account linked to your WooCommerce store, and customers can start paying you through PayPal. So I'm going to click on return to WooCommerce. So here you can see that the PayPal payment method is enabled. Now let's go to our store and try to buy something. First, let me change the currency to USD, and then just select this bag for instance. Click add to cart. You can already see that we have the PayPal button showing up here. But let's see if I click on view cart and then proceed to checkout. So now we have two payment options on the checkout page, either PayPal or Flutterwave. Customers can use the payment method that is most convenient for them. So if somebody wants to pay with PayPal, they can just go ahead, either pay with their PayPal account or with their debit or credit card. So this is really, really nice. Now that we have payment working properly, we are almost done with this website. But before we move on to the next section, let me show you some things that you can do to optimize the checkout process. For instance, you'll notice that on the checkout form, we don't really need to get company name. And then if I go to the shop page, it will be really nice if we have like an add to cart button under this product so that people can easily just click to add them to their cart. So to do that, just open the theme customizer again. Then you can come over to WooCommerce, product catalog, and then just scroll down a little bit. You're going to see this section for shop cart structure. And for now, the structure that we have is title, ratings, and the price. I want to add the add to cart button. So I'm going to make this visible. And now you can see each product has this add to cart button under it. Then depending on your preference, if you want to show like a short description under each product, you can do that. If you want to display the category of the product, you can also do that. But let me just enable just the add to cart button, and I'm going to click publish to save. Also, if we just go back a bit and then go to checkout, here the company name field, I'm going to just set it to hidden so that to remove that field from the checkout form. You can use a plugin like CartFlows to fully customize the checkout experience on your store. And I've made a full video about CartFlows, which I'll link in the description, so you can check it out if you want to. Also, you can do the same for the phone number, but of course, I want phone number as part of the checkout form. Then you have the privacy policy page, terms and conditions, and you can also customize the privacy policy message. Once you are done making all the changes you need to make, just go ahead and hit publish. Now let's see what the shop page will look like. I think in terms of the appearance, it is actually better if we don't have the add to cart button. So I'll just disable it. So come over here and uncheck add to cart. This looks better. I'll just save. And with all of that in place, we are ready to move on to the next step, which is adding a domain name to the site before we finally launch the website. So for the domain name, you'll notice that we are still using the default URL on this site. So to get your own custom domain name that you can use for your website, we are going to use Namecheap, and I will also add a link to Namecheap below this video. So if you check the description, you are going to see this link. Just go ahead and click on it. And here you can search for the domain name you want to use. Now, the name of our website is Cute Bags. So maybe I'll use something like shopcutebags.com. Or you can use any name that you want. If I click on search, so this domain name is available, but if the first name you entered is not available, you can try something else. Maybe if I use buycutebags.com, this is also available, but I'll just use my original idea since it's available. So I'll use shopcutebags.com. Once you find the domain name that you like, just go ahead and click on add to cart. You don't need to get any of these extra extensions. Just go ahead and click on checkout and then confirm order. Here, if you already have a Namecheap account, you can log into your account, or you can sign up for a brand new account. Just enter a username for yourself, set a password, enter your name, email address, and then click on create account. I already have a Namecheap account, so I'll just use the sign-in option. Here, select the payment method that you would like to use. You can pay with your card or with your PayPal account, or you can add funds to your Namecheap account and use it for the payment. I'm going to pay with card. Just go ahead and enter all the required details and then click continue. Here you can review your order. This domain name is going to cost me $11, so I can go ahead and click pay now. After making the payment, just click on manage. And what you need to do now is to copy your domain name, that's domain name you just bought. Go to your Cloudways account. This is the application, that's the website we are working with. Come over to domain management and then click on add domain. Enter your domain name and then click on save changes. Now you want to set this domain as your primary domain. So click on this three dots menu and then select make primary, set as primary. And once that is done, you can come over to access details again. Now you notice that the URL for this website has been updated to my custom domain name, but it will still not bring people to the website. Let's say if I try to click on it, you'll see this site cannot be reached. And that's because we need to point this domain name to the IP address of this website. So down here, you're going to see the public IP address of your site. Just copy it and then come over to Namecheap, go to Advanced DNS, and then come over to Host Records. The first thing I'm going to do here is to delete these default values and then click on Add New Record. The record type is going to be a record, and then for the host, just type in @ and then for the value, you can paste in the public IP address of your website on Cloudways. Click on this check mark to save your changes. Now just repeat the same process. Click on Add New Record, select a record, but for the host, we are going to use www and then enter the same IP address for the value and then save. It might take a few minutes for this to start working properly, but basically once you are done with all of this, you can come over to Cloudways again. And if you click on your website URL, it says your connection is not private. And the good thing for us is Cloudways already gives you a free SSL certificate. So to activate that, just come over to SSL certificate, select Let's Encrypt, enter your email address and also your domain name right here, then click on Install Certificate. I'll click on Add Domain again, then paste in the domain name but without the prefix, then click on Save Changes. And with that in place, let's try to visit this website again and see what will happen. So I'm going to click on the website URL. The domain name is now working perfectly, but we are seeing this because the website is still under construction. So let me log into our WordPress admin dashboard, or you can click on this admin panel URL. So I'm going to copy the admin username, paste it here, and then get the password, then click on login. Now, if I come over here, click on visit site, you are going to see that everything is working the way it is supposed to. After fixing the domain name, at this point, the only thing left is to launch the website so that customers can start coming over to buy stuff on our store. And to do that, you can just come back to your WordPress dashboard, go to WooCommerce settings. Now come over to site visibility and then select the live option to make the website visible to everyone, and then click on Save Changes. Notice that right now we have this coming soon notification at the top, but if I click on Save Changes, you can see that the website is now live, and I can basically copy the URL of the website, open a new private window, and try to visit the website. And now our e-commerce website is publicly available to everyone. And let's say I want to buy something. I can click on Shop the Collection, select the product I want to buy. Customers can choose the currency they want to use, and then click on Add to Cart, View Cart, then proceed to checkout. And then they can fill in this checkout form, select the payment method they prefer, and then proceed to complete the payment. At this point, our website is ready to start receiving customers. Everything is complete and working perfectly. But one more thing I'm going to do is to come over under WooCommerce, go to Payments, and then Flutterwave, come over to Flutterwave and click on Manage. Since the domain name of our website has changed, we need to update the webhook URL. So I'm going to copy this webhook URL, then go to your Flutterwave account again, Settings, then Webhooks. Now just update the webhook URL and then click on Save. And with that, guys, you've created a fully functional e-commerce website that is ready for business. I hope this video helps you. And if you have any questions, just let me know in the comment section. I'll be there answering your questions. Once again, the links to all the resources you need will be in the description below. And before you go, don't forget to like and subscribe so that you can see more helpful videos like this. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.